This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories. And oh boy, we have a lot today. I'm going over, the Battle of Christophsis and the rescue of Jabba's son. Probably should have broken into two parts, but I'd be doing like half a Clone Wars movie, or like the first opening act. So I'm going over Cat and Mouse, the Hidden Enemy, and the Clone Wars movie. This isn't going to take up much of time. Let's get into it. Anakin Skywalker is leading an attack to bring relief to the people of Christophsis. Anakin is doing pretty poorly in the battle and is called back by Obi-Wan. They have a new stealth ship that Obi-Wan believes could be used to sneak past the defenses that the Separatists have. At the same time, Admiral Yularen realizes that the commander of the Separatists is Admiral Trench, an old rival of his, and sees him as a threat. Yularen volunteers to go with Anakin on a relief mission, and at the same time, Trench goes and bombs Christophsis, where Senator Organa is set up. Anakin decides to reveal that he has a stealth ship and uses it to draw Trench's attention to him instead of the people, and eventually comes up with a plan to have Trench fire missiles that will lock on the signature of his ship, and uses it. Well, of course, it would be on when the ship is invisible, and then uses that to take out Trench's ship, destroying the blockade. And this plan does work, destroying Trench's command ship, which Trench somehow winds up to survive. Well, we don't learn that for, well, a while. And Anakin is able to bring relief supplies to the people of Christophsis. After a little bit, the Republic has been making an offensive against the Separatists, and this leads to some very interesting conflict where they seem to have a mole in the Republic who has been reporting to the Separatists, and Anakin and Obi-Wan ask Rex and Cody to investigate after a failed mission for a surprise attack on the Separatists. As Anakin and Obi-Wan go check out the Separatist headquarters, and when they arrive, they see that Asajj Ventress is waiting for them, and they begin to fight her, as she tells them that her mole will let her know that they were coming. And back at the base, Rex and Cody are able to track down who has been sending out signals from at least the barracks, and go and interrogate Slick and his men. After making a mistake, Slick reveals that, well, he was a traitor by knowing that the Jedi were gone, and he goes and destroys most of the Republic's arsenal, only leaving the heavy cannons behind. He is captured and arrested by Rex and Cody, and says how, well, the clones are all just slaves, and he was doing this for them, but also because he was paid off by Ventress, because he wanted to have choice. And Ventress has escaped to go and execute the next part of her master's plan. As Ventress goes to kidnap Jabba the Hutt's son, Rotta, the Separatists go and push their advantage against the while the Republic, now that they only have heavy cannons. But the Republic is able to hold them off pretty well still. And Separatists go back and prepare a ray shield. At the same time, Jabba goes to the Republic for help, and since most of their equipment is destroyed, there isn't really any long-range communication available. So, Ahsoka Tano is sent under the assumption, well, at least by Obi-Wan, he probably already knew what's going on, but she knows that she is to be a Padawan to Anakin Skywalker, and Obi-Wan tells Anakin this is to be that it's likely his new Padawan, and then Obi-Wan's new Padawan that will be coming in with this, and Anakin thinks it's kind of ridiculous, and once Ahsoka comes off, it says that she is Anakin's. Anakin is very confused and doesn't exactly want this burden placed on him, but there is no real time for that right now. They use the shuttle to communicate to Yoda, saying that they're very preoccupied here, and Yoda takes a fleet to go help them. But now the ray shield of the Separatists have been set up and is beginning to grow, and now a plan needs to be made. Anakin and Ahsoka go to disable the shield, while Obi-Wan and Rex go to hold off the line, and this plan does work. Although they execute in an odd way, Anakin and Ahsoka hide under a box and sneak towards the base after running into a droideka. We see how Anakin and Ahsoka have a pretty rocky relationship at the start, and realizing that they need more time, Obi-Wan goes and pulls off a war crime by using a false surrender to stall for time, and sits down with the Separatist commander and basically, stalls for time by saying trying to get out terms of surrender and everything. While this is happening, Ahsoka runs through and sets off a bunch of droids that are buried under the ground. These attack her and Anakin, and they are able to take them down, although Ahsoka pulls off a kind of risky maneuver to save Anakin, and then they're able to destroy the shield generator, which puts the Separatist army in the perfect position to be almost completely destroyed, and Obi-Wan's able to capture the commander of the Separatists and win the battle with the help of Yoda arriving with reinforcements. And once this is finished, Yoda goes to them, and Anakin does accept Ahsoka as his Padawan, knowing that she was likely not be able to make it as Obi-Wan's, but also he's starting to, find a connection with her, saying how she's very similar to him. And Anakin goes and begins to train Ahsoka, but first is to take on this new mission of the Council, which Ahsoka will go with him on. They have been assigned to go and rescue Jabba the Hutt's son, as Obi-Wan goes to negotiate with Jabba and then meet up with them. They are sent to the planet of Teth, and after landing on the planet, they pull off a near flawless break into the castle and are able to get to Jabba's son, as Obi-Wan is able to negotiate a deal with Jabba. If they return Rotta, they will be able to use the Hutt's space lanes. But back on Teth, the reason why it was so easy for them to get in is because it was a trap, Dooku wants Ventress to get evidence of the Jedi kidnapping Rotta, and wants to frame the Jedi as the ones who did the kidnapping, so the Separatists can get a trade route. But I do need the Republic to gain Rotta so it could look like it, and the Republic and Anakin and Ahsoka fall right in to this trap, and now, while the real battle begins, Anakin and Ahsoka now need to escape as the Separatist army is coming in. They fight Ventress and are able to escape to a ship that is docked across the large gap, which they take a giant lizard creature to get to. And Obi-Wan, bringing an army, on reinforcements, goes and rescues the other clones, and a battle breaks out. Obi-Wan battles Ventress, but she's able to escape, and Anakin fights Magna Guard starfighters above Tatooine as the ship is in the twilight. Is shot down and crashes. Anakin and Ahsoka now go to walk to Jabba's palace, and after marching for a while, they get to a part where they split up, knowing that Dooku was coming for them. Anakin stays behind to fight Dooku as Ahsoka goes to meet with Jabba, and Anakin does fight Dooku. They fight in mainly a stalemate until Anakin is taunted by Dooku, saying that his apprentice Ahsoka is in danger. Anakin steals Dooku's speeder bike and speeds off to Jabba's palace. And at the same time, Padme goes to Zero the Hutt, Jabba's uncle, and she's going to try to renegotiate the plan after Dooku has sabotaged it, but learns that Dooku is working with Zero. She is imprisoned but is able to get contact out to C-3PO, who brings in some of the Coruscant Guard to go and arrest Zero, and after Anakin and Ahsoka bring back Rotta, Jabba thinks that they are traitors and is about to have them executed until Padme is able to contact Jabba and be able to fully negotiate a truce, and the Republic is able to use the lanes. Zero the Hutt is sent to prison, and the Republic now has full access to Hutt space and a alliance with the Hutts, although it's, not going to do anything to stop them. This is a win, and Anakin is now truly ready to train Ahsoka. And time to go into my, first review. And I think that this was a pretty good start to the Clone Wars. The movie wasn't perfect, but it was the first Star Wars movie I saw in theaters, so it always holds a special place in my heart for that. And the 2 episodes of Clone Wars were also pretty good. At the end of this, I'm going to give it a rating out of 100, and try to, make up a list. I'm going to be kind of saving it to the side. I'll mainly have it, all compared at the end of each, year of the Clone Wars. So, I just don't think how I'm going to be perfectly grading this, but this was a very interesting story. And with Clone Wars, there's no arcs that I truly hate. There are some I dislike, and I think are maybe a little bad, but I don't really hate any of them. And honestly, with this, I think it was just a pretty decent start to it. It wasn't, the greatest ever. It wasn't the worst. Although a lot of people think differently, I know. A lot of people do not like a Clone Wars movie. I think they are fine with both the hidden enemy and especially hidden enemies that I like a lot, and Cat and Mouse is also a good episode, but I think a lot of people do like Hidden Enemy. It's also a great level in LEGO Star Wars 3, and really with it, it was a good introduction to Ahsoka, a nice start up to the Clone Wars series, and I really just do enjoy it. If I have to give it a score, again, we're going out of 100. I'm going to go with 1 decimal point in case if we get any ties. So, this arc of Star Wars, I would say gets an 83.6. I think that's a fair assessment. I wonder what you think, though. I was thinking it, I was like, it's not perfect, it's not the best, it's still good. I could see some problems in it. Yeah, it's maybe, a little rushed, but this is technically the longest story arc in Clone Wars since it's full feature-length movie and then 2 episodes. I don't think Siege of Mandalore is longer than that. I think Siege of Mandalore is about an hour and a half. So, with this, yeah, I just really, enjoyed it. Yeah, so 83.6, and I'm going to be putting that into a little document where we could look at a list. And who knows, maybe I'll just, show this at the end of each, but it'll just be a screenshot from a Google Doc. So, I won't put it up this week since it's only one. But that, I am very excited to continue on with this. And I got first of my content, pretty excited to make it, and I really hope you enjoy. And since I had it happen earlier, if there's ever any audio issues, any problems with the video, please feel free to leave that in the comments. It helps so much. I just need to know. And with any other issues, I'm basically doing this off of my computer's built-in microphone, using it on Premiere Pro, so that's what it picks up. And typically when I'm a little more quiet, it's typically around midnight and I don't want to wake anyone up. So I should probably just wait for the next day for those. So just let me know. Yeah, I probably, might mean a little bit of delay in the time it takes the content to get out. But it'll probably be a higher quality, so I think I'll start working on that. And with next week's content, honestly, the reviews, maybe of Archer and stuff, I expect maybe slight delays because honestly I might decide to go and, because I'm watching Lord of the Rings next week and Hobbit, so I'm going to be probably spending nights doing that, and we'll be pushing stuff to probably the morning. So I expect delays next week, but I'll talk more about that in my weekly update video, which will be out tomorrow. Well, I'm probably not going to be responding to many comments today. I am going to be busy, but I will see you all in the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.